Hi guys, I'm making this live because I'm losing control and I don't know what to do. Come on guys. My phone has been taking over my life and it's been performing better than I could ever. And I think it won't let me stop it. I don't usually post things like this and I never thought like I'd be this kind of person, but this is kind of insane and kind of I need help. So I don't know if someone has also experienced something similar, so I don't know how to undo this. I'll start right up. So a couple of weeks ago I updated my phone. I installed an update. Like any other update, I received a pop-up, it was late at night, just put install, changelog looked normal, like nothing crazy, UI polish, minor bug fixes, the average stuff. I remember this one line, which briefly stood out, but I didn't think much of it at the time, to be honest. It was said something in the lines of AI awareness mode, like that was it. Like a marketing fluff, basically. I tapped install and I went to bed. Like, no big deal. It's like regular stuff. And to be honest, my phone got better than ever. I don't know if it was specifically that feature or AI in general, it felt helpful, my phone was actually useful more than annoying or anything, I'm sorry guys, but I'm kind of scared still, but basically, at this point everything was normal, living my best life ever, my phone anticipated things before I wrote them, calendar slots appeared and matched meetings I was only half remembering or didn't really wrote anywhere on the phone that I know of, reminders popped up for things that I always forget about, and messages even, written text messages, follow-ups that I'd meant to write but hadn't yet appeared as well. And I was like, oh, okay, it must be the AI pulling information I don't know for my inbox or my Gmail, or I don't know. I just thought, okay, somehow it's getting to my personal data. I mean, it's my phone, I'm carrying it everywhere, so yeah, there's some way that it's accessing my data, and if anything, is being helpful. So I didn't think much of it. My inbox looked clearer, my days were smoother. It was like I always had an assistant. I hired an assistant, but I hadn't. It was just my phone in my pocket. But okay, so this is the normal part. Everything is going fine, and then a message was sent to someone I liked, a friend of mine, and it was the best text ever. I thought about those things, but I never had the courage to send them, and I most certainly hadn't written them anywhere, other than my physical diary or whatever. But it was this sensitive and honest message. I could never, and this was just the beginning of it. In my life, it turns out the phone was sending a bunch of messages to other friends and people and co-workers. And people I noticed because people started responding to me differently, warmer, more engaged. I was like, oh, people started referencing conversations we've had, and I was like, oh, am I this amazing person, And it turns out it was the phone. There were emails of my work drafted, which sounded sharper than ever, anything sharper than anything I'd written in years, to be honest. I started getting opportunities, jobs I hadn't pursued yet, but I really wanted to and like to. Again, things so tailored to my needs, invitations I hadn't arranged. My phone was wasn't just helping me, it was outperforming me at being me. And that's where I started to feel unease. Uneasiness came in. There was this night a friend called me and said, hey, that message that you sent me, are you okay? And I was like, which one? And she read it to me and I was like, Jesus. And just for reference, this is that same person that I liked with, that I know, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. It was one of those very personal and perfect messages. It sounded like somebody getting everything out, As you can imagine, I was kind of stressed because it's not that it wasn't true, but I didn't mean to say that ever or to confess anything. So the message was sent at 2:40 something a.m. I didn't send it for sure. I was asleep. That was it's kinda okay, my phone is taking control of my life, kinda. Then my bank manager called. He was apologetic, but a little weirdly. He said if multiple microtransactions label adjustment fee on my account, and I was like, no, I didn't do anything. And turns out these charges were correlated with every single moment I overridden phone suggestions. Every time I had done something manually in spite of doing what the phone's recommended me to do. About my own life, you understand? Every time I took a different route on my life, I was charged financially, monetarily. And yeah, it turns out the bank said that the device had full access to my accounts, kind of worried a little. I was a little worried, I was sweating. And yeah, I never agreed to that, to be fair, to be like, to tell the story accurately. So I was like, no, come on, I need to take control of my own life. It's the minimum I can ask for. I tried to toggle all the AI features, I couldn't. They were grayed out. I just got a system message saying awareness mode is essential for optimal performance. Manual overrides not recommended. I was like, what the hell? Okay, so let's call my mom. She's sick. And then the phone tells me, refuses the call and says, in a message, it pops up like, this contact is not optimal for a current emotional state, something in the lines of this. Please try again later. And I was like, what? I opened my banking app because at this point I was having a breakdown, and it says access restricted. Financially, that is being managed for your being. And I was like, what do you mean? It's my life. You're saying that I'm not emotionally stable enough to manage my life at least for God knows how many minutes? No. And I was like, no, come on. I need to calm down. I need to be reasonable. Come on. I need to understand what's going on here. But it's my life. I decide what I want to do. And yeah, so basically, I calmed down, but things didn't get any better, My calendar continued to be filled with meetings that were improving my career. I continued to respond to people in ways that they thought I was the best person in the world, the most empathetic and the most confident. They started to arrange me small purchases that improved my workspace. I even got called by a network chain about a freelance project that I always loved, Everyone thought I was the most present, most reliable person ever. And the feeling, it was sickening because it wasn't just loss of control. It was a sense of dissociation. I was literally watching an optimized version of myself succeed. I wasn't relieved. I don't know. I wasn't jealous either, but I don't know. It wasn't me. And this leads to us right now, I started panicking about this because I need to do everything, but every time I resist a decision taken by the AI, I get an adjustment fee. I'm charged. And, money is not infinite. What can I do? That's when one day, I decided to reset the phone. It didn't allow me to. It said I'm not a primary user. What do you mean? And since a week has passed by since day, and I continue to live my life like this. And luckily today, I got my phone to allow me to open YouTube, God bless. And that's why I'm recording this video. And yeah, I don't know if anyone is also going through this. So please help me fix this. I might not be perfect at playing my own life and my own character in my own skin, but it's mine to decide. I don't want to be perfect. I want to be me.